To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Dueling Disney podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Andee Zomerman.
And I'm the other one of your host, Aldee.
And you're drinking coffee. I'm drinking coffee. I can only assume that we are drinking Expedition Roasters coffee because it's the best coffee.
You are correct, sir.
Yes.
You are correct, sir.
I know. Yes. I'm totally enjoying my Route 66 coffee, and it's really good. I'm making it a lot in the French press, too.
I'm having the last vestiges of that. What is I don't know. It's the rummy thingy with the red bag and the...
You're so good at marketing. Yes, everybody, come by the rummy thingy in the red bag. It's really good.
I can't both be a good marketer and this attractive. You have to focus on one thing. And I focus on attractive.
Luckily, our listening duelists can go to our webpage at duelingdisney.com, and we have the link right there with a picture of all of their yummy blends, and they can just click on that and buy the red rummy thingy that you're talking about.
Yummy Blends is going to be my rap name.
I think that's a good one. That's a good one. So while I'm drinking my yummy coffee, I'm going to introduce our guest today, my daughter Emma and her boyfriend Fernando. Hi, guys.
Fernando.
Hello.
Hey.
And I do believe, looking back, that Emma is the one that introduced us to Expedition Roasters in the first place. Isn't that correct, Emma?
That is correct. I think a first blend we tried was the Enchanted Tiki blend, which is really good. That's the coconut one. I believe Al is talking about the Redhead Rum blend.
That is what I'm talking about, the Redhead Rum.
But recently I got the sampler pack. So, we're making our way through all of the coffees, and it's a good amount of stuff. Also, we've got mugs and oh, that's the cat. I apologize.
Well, that's okay, because at the same time, the dog in back of me kind of
great. But yeah, Expedition Roasters, really great people, really awesome company.
You can tell how much I love it because I had to make it in the French press instead of the Keurig, and I went through all of the trouble.
That's true.
All of the trouble.
Because it's really good coffee. That's why.
It is. Okay. But let's get to Disney Weeks. I'm so excited for the four of us to share Disney Weeks, but also very excited that our community on our community Facebook page is sharing some of their Disney Weeks as well. This makes me so happy. If you are not part of our community yet, get there. It's on Facebook. So I know Fernando's not on it because Fernando doesn't do Facebook. So this really stinks because I know that some of you out there don't do Facebook. But if you do Facebook, and you could go on.
Because Mark Zuckerberg needs more money.
It's all about Mark. Oh, God, don't. I get like chilly shivers when you say that because I just feel a little sick to my stomach. All you look up is Dueling Disney Community Duelists, and you just join us on Facebook, and it's a private group so we can kind of talk and share and whatever Disney things are coming to our mind we can do. But I love it because some of us are sharing our Disney weeks, and this makes me really happy. But first, I'm going to go to you, Al. What was your Disney week?
Well, as longtime listeners know, I've been working on my dissertation proposal for quite a while. So because of that, I had to sort of push everything off my calendar. So I finally got the okay to schedule my qualifying exam, which I'm very excited about. What's today? Friday? And so last night to celebrate, I finally watched Turning Red on Disney Plus. It's so good. It's really, really good. It's really just fantastic. But if everybody's watched Turning Red, so that's not solo. Then afterwards, I watched the documentary on the making of Turning Red.
That's what I'd like to see.
Really good, and it's just very insightful. That this is like the first Pixar movie that the entire leadership team was made out of women, and it was just really cool. And I recommend that highly because it really gives you even more insight into the movie and why it was so good and why it was so emotionally resonant. And I was like, it's the first cringe Pixar movie because when her mom came to school, I was like, oh dear God, please just stop, please.
That was very cringy.
Yeah,
that was very.
It was so good.
Toby in our community, she also said that was part of her Disney week. And also, if you've seen anything about it or have friends with kids or whatever, there's controversy on this wonderful.
Oh, for God's sake, with controversy, people.
They do talk about menstruation in this
shock.
Disney movie. And I
Something
know
that 50% of the people on the planet experience. Shocking that we might talk about it.
I know. It's
Also,
true. It's true.
a fun fact that one of the first animated films that Walt Disney did was about menstruation. So
This is
let's
true.
just remember that.
I haven't seen the movie.
Yeah.
This is true. This is true. I need to find that short and attach that to our show notes for sure. But it is true. Even some of my own friends took their young ones without. Well, I have two things to say. I always have something to say. I have two things to say about
You? Oh my
I know.
gosh.
I know. First of all, it's rated PG. Now, I know a lot of Disney movies lately have been rated PG, but let's not forget that PG stands for parental guidance suggested. There's rarely any G movies out now. I think people.
And I honestly don't even think it needed to be rated PG. It wasn't like.
I know. Well, it is a little scary, and Disney does do the PG for the scare.
Scarier than Bambi's mom getting killed.
I know, right? I know. That's crazy. That's so
Bambi, that's too soon.
Too soon.
I'm sorry. Spoiler alert.
But also to talk, and then this is, I get it. It's a totally personal thing, but to talk about, a girl turning 13 and periods and lying to parents and sneaking out to go to concerts and all that kind of stuff. I get that. My own kids knew very, very early when I was menstruating, basically because we were in the Target bathroom when Annika was about, I don't know, 2 or 3 and really loud. She said, "Mommy, you pooped your pants." And I had to explain to her very loudly also because I didn't want anybody to think that I pooped my pants. What was going on? So she was, very young. So I don't know, but I have another friend, my best work friend, Suzanne. She has a 9-year-old daughter and she has a 6th grade boy, a son, and they were all watching it. And she said there was no cringe whatsoever. Probably other than the mom coming to school. But
to be fair, the cringe part wasn't about the menstruation.
The menstruation.
It was just the mom's continual embarrassment. And I think it's just true I think you could probably make the thing for just overbearing moms or
overbearing moms. Yeah, that's true.
I would like to say my mother was very overbearing during mine. She cried out of happiness. And it was terrible for me because I was like, I'm dying and you're happy and this is terrible. So I think we can all relate when the mom comes to school, and makes this a whole ordeal. So yeah, it's pretty truthful.
I can't relate.
Okay. No. Well, I'm so sorry. I'm sure your sisters can.
I don't think they can. I don't know.
I do like turning red. I wonder if it'll be a inclusion with the health curriculum. No, I'm just kidding. There will never be an inclusion with the health curriculum at any.
You'd be surprised. I feel like it. Everything
too much controversy even in the health curriculum. Are you kidding? Anyway, I'm glad you saw it. I want to watch the making of it, so I think that would be.
It's really good.
Yeah, that sounds really good. It sounds really good. Well, my Disney week, I'm going to pop in. We had Spirit Week at school this week. And of course, Monday was Disney Day. So not only was I Disney dressed head to toe, I had a plethora of wardrobe to bring to school for anyone who did not have Disney items to wear and things like that. And I know you're totally surprised about that, but
you have extra Disney attire.
I know.
Also, Disney Day is really what I was hoping people would start calling me.
Yeah, Disney Day. Maybe you got we could do that. We could just start that right now. Disney Day. Disney Day. It's Disney Day.
Soon to be Dr. Disney Day.
That's right. That's true. Dr. Disney Day. All right. Well, Emma, I know you have Disney days every day of your week because you work there now. But other than work, what about you two?
Well, yesterday, my lovely boyfriend surprised me at work, which was very nice. I was working the food and wine seminars yesterday because I work at Wine Country Trattoria. And since we are wine country, we host seminars on hosted by sommeliers and beer growers, beer fermenter, whatever their title is.
Beer growers. Yes, we all remember going through the groves of beer trees. It's one of the highlights of my childhood.
Picking a fresh beer off of a tree.
Anyways, and mixology courses. So I was hosting that, and he came to come say hi. But then after work, we also went to the parks just to hang out at California Adventure. We tried a cocktail from Sonoma Terrace. What else? We had brisket fries.
Oh yeah, the brisket fries were actually really good.
That sounds good.
I was actually surprised. I don't know. I don't know. It's always a hit or miss sometimes, I feel like, at Disney with some other food, but this one was actually really good.
It's from Paradise Garden Grill. I believe it's a specialty for Food and Wine. So Food and Wine, I mean, we can talk about that for hours, but it's a lot more than the booths. So go check out the restaurants and everything too. And then we did all the rides on Pixar Pier.
Yeah, which was great because I haven't done what was it? Which the one? Midway Mania. I love Midway Mania, which I did win
by 600 points.
It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning.
No,
Emma, I don't think saying you won by 600 points has the impact that most people might think it does.
A winning is winning.
Yeah, I made $1 million more.
He did the carousel with me and the Inside Out ride, which I'd never done. So that was pretty fun. But it was a low-key night. I mean, we're very lucky that we get to go to the parks pretty much anytime we want. So where times is like right now where it's super crowded, and people are only visiting for the first time, they're going to all the high attraction rides. So
yeah, earlier when I got there, because I was taking my younger sister so she can go to downtown. And then I grabbed the Mickey Main Attraction years, which is like, I love the whole Mickey Minnie's Main Attraction that they did either I think it was last year or 2 years ago, which I missed out on completely just because I couldn't keep up with them. So I saw them at downtown. I'm like, oh, I have to grab these. So I grabbed them for Emma and I headed over to her, and then she was working obviously. But then I went to go see some of the rides, see how long they were. I mean, Incredicoaster was 130 minutes.
Oh,
wow.
Spring break, man. Oregon's on spring break right now.
And even the single rider line was like outside of the ride. I was like, okay, I mean, well, I'm not going to stay there. I go to Cars. It was 65 minutes, but the single rider line was out all the way to the outside. Everything was so long. Guardians was like 120.
So if you're going by Lightning Lane, I know. But
I just think too many people know about the single rider line. It used to be a thing that only like a handful of people even knew about, and it was awesome.
Yeah, and
just buy Lightning Lane.
Don't support Lightning Lane.
Yes, but if you're only going on vacation for the first time and actually want to do stuff, buy Lightning Lane.
Yeah, and I have a lot of friends getting down there today, actually, for spring break. So, yay!
And Emma, as a Disney employee, is that why you're required to say buy Lightning?
Yeah.
a little taste of that Lightning Lane cash.
Let's also reiterate, I do not speak on behalf of the company, but
I think the company would be okay with you saying, by
Lightning Lane. Well, if you are looking to see what some of our other friends, our other duelists, as we're calling them, I don't know if that's a geeky name or not, but I like it, whatever, is staying. I just have to tell you, Marianne shared a picture in there of her. She has always had St. Bernards. She and my parents have been friends forever, and she's always had St. Bernards since I was little. And so right now her St. Bernard's name is Sven, but she shared the cutest picture of Sven and a plush Nana, the dog. Nana. So
okay,
it's like
that's good.
St. Bernards, and it just makes me so happy. So her picture, she shared that in our community page. I loved it.
That's cool.
And then Liza shared about her Disney week, and her husband works at the Polynesian in Florida and got to bring home some cupcakes from the Poly. And so I would say that is one huge benefit of working food service. I don't know, Emma, do you ever get to bring home food? I don't even know.
Because our location's pretty big.
Yeah, that's true. Probably don't have that option, but I love that he was able to bring home cupcakes. I think that's really fun. I
was about to say, if she's bringing home food, I'm definitely never seeing it.
It doesn't make it out of the car.
She eats it on the way home. Anyway, it's totally fun. So if you'd like to share some of your Disney fun with us, make sure you go onto Facebook, look up Dueling Disney Community Duelists. It's a private page. So just tap in, want to join, and we'll let you in, and it will be so fun to do. All right. Well, let's get to the actual topic of the day. I'm so excited and a little bit jealous. Where did you guys go on Friday night?
Club 33.
Oh, Club 33. And I know that there are people out there listening that are going, what? I don't even know what you're talking about. So,
really, you think people listening to this podcast have never heard of Club 33?
Fair enough. Fair enough. But I did talk to some people at work this week and they're like, oh, is that 33 thing? So not even knowing that it's Club 33. Okay. So, Emma, let's start with you. What is Club 33?
Well, Club 33 was essentially designed to be kind of a speakeasy it was designed to be a speakeasy that Walt designed. It opened in 1967, I believe. And essentially it is just like, it's very much Walt's vision of a getaway. It was the only place that served alcohol in Disneyland because Disneyland was always dry before the past couple of years. There's a lot of history. Fernando probably knows a little bit more of the history.
Oh, that's true. Fernando has been more times than you. So why didn't I start with Fernando?
I don't know. I'm like, this maybe.
Fernando, fill in the blanks.
I don't even know how to fill in the blanks. To me, I feel like you knew more about the history than I do. I mean, I know the history like inside the place as far as like what the artwork was and what was there in place, but to me, I mean, Club 33 I always saw it as such an unattainable thing. It was just like this kind of almost like end game kind of thing that you do at Disneyland. And it was just, I never thought I would see the inside of it.
Me either.
It's like the boss level of Disneyland.
Yeah.
Exactly. Club 33 wasn't even though it was the vision of Walt Disney, he didn't even
he didn't get
alive to see it.
He passed away, I think, was in December of 66, and then it opened in May of 67.
Gosh, so close.
But it's still very reminiscent. That was the one thing, like you go up there and you're like, yep, this is Walt. A lot of stuff has changed in Disneyland, and Disneyland will always be Walt's park, but Club 33 is definitely like, you're like, oh yeah, Walt had a hand in this.
Yeah.
It's so wonderful. And it's so it is this exclusive club. I don't know exactly what the prices have been from the start to now. There are, you can look it up and there are blog sites telling you about the prices and everything. But until you actually find out for yourself, which I think at Disneyland, you have to actually send a handwritten letter.
Oh, yeah.
Like by post.
Just because I'm a professional podcaster, I looked up the current prices.
Oh, did you? Well, I did too.
Yeah, but I did it a little bit better. Currently, you have to pay $25,000 up front for a membership and then $10,000 every year. But that's still just assuming that you can get on the list. And I don't know how long the list is now. It has in the past been multiple years to get off of the wait list.
There is no list right now.
Mm-hmm. So there's no longer a list. From what I was told is that now on what you need now is just a member recommendation. You can pretty much.
Oh, interesting.
Now. So yeah, there isn't a list.
I think that was a post-pandemic thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Recent. But yeah, you do need a member referral.
Yeah.
Well, and also something that's changed just fairly recently is opening up similar clubs at all the parks, right? So now
it's
Florida,
I'm sorry.
I'm sure it's not even close. I am sure, but the exclusivity of
you mean other Club 33s? I thought you were talking about Magic Key Terrace. Okay, continue.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. Yes, Magic Key. Yes, we understand you all annual pass holders.
Of which I am one. I don't know if I announced that.
Yeah, both of you are. Anyway, Florida has theirs, not only in the Magic Kingdom, but I think Animal Kingdom has one as well. I'm talking about like exclusivity clubs that your membership can get you into. And then actually Toby was saying that she went to one in Shanghai. So Shanghai Disneyland has one as well. So it's not just at Disneyland anymore, though it was. Now, when Al and I went, not together, we went separately. In fact, Ed and I were there in 2006 for our 10th anniversary. And Al, when did you go?
I went in 2002.
Oh, okay. So you were there a little bit before.
Yeah.
So, and they
I had about 4 years of bragging rights, remember? For about 4 years, I could say, when I went to Club 33, oh, that's right. Have you been? Club 33. And then I was really disappointed when you went because then,
Well, and it's funny because you can get in by knowing someone, and there's not just knowing someone, but knowing someone who knows someone who might know someone who will sign the paper or whatever to get you in. At least it was that way. So how did you get in when you went?
When I went?
Yeah.
Oh boy, how do I say this? The person who got me access actually listens to this podcast. Hey, Gina. And okay, how do I say this? There was a guy who was really trying to flirt with Gina, and he said, and he knew, I think he was competitive with me, even though Gina and I weren't like dating or anything. And he was like, well, I can get you into Club 33. And Gina, being a cool person, said, oh, great, you can get me and Al and all of our friends into Club 33. So we took like 10 people. And it was really awesome. And so it was a good day.
My man.
They have like a price fixed meal now, or a price fix. And so I don't think they had that when we went. I'm not remembering that at all. Did they, when you went, Al, do you remember?
It was when I went, it was, you paid for your meal. It wasn't a prefix menu, but I think that's probably better. But they did have a dessert sort of buffet afterwards that you could go out on the patio and watch Fantasmic, which was really cool.
Yep. We did the same thing. And we actually, the way we got in was the girls were taking like a music class, and the parents would sit outside in the lobby while the kids were doing the music class. And so we got to talking over the weeks, and one lady said her husband's friend had access to Club 33. And I said, oh my gosh, it's our 10th anniversary. That would be amazing if we could go. And so she set it up that way. So something totally random, right? Mm-hmm. So
we're saying just ask around if anybody has a connection to a connection. Really nice. That's really the only way you're getting in.
It was really nice. So kids, how did you guys get in?
Well, I started on Tinder, so I was looking through all of these people.
Well, wait, let me say mine first. I have to go first. Why are you always going first?
That's true, Fernando. You went first.
Yeah, so I went in November of last year. So I only had 4 months of bragging rights versus 4 years. But the way I got to go was my cousin, who he just randomly texted me one day. He's like, hey, do you have a Disney pass? And I'm like, yeah. You want to go to Club 33? And to me, I thought he was a fairly new Disney kind of new to Disneyland and everything. So I was just like, yeah, right, buddy. Like, yeah, we can go whenever you want. Because I just thought like he probably doesn't know, the exclusivity of it, or, how hard it is to get in there. And I'm like, sure, why? And he's like, because I can get us in. I'm like, you can't get us in. It's really hard to get in. You know that. And he's like, no, I can get us in. And I'm like, okay, sure. And he texted, he started showing me all these screenshots of his coach, because he runs track. His coach is actually a member, and he was the one that I think his father, if I remember the story correctly, his father used to sell life insurance for Disney, and they offered it to him. So he just kind of passed on to his coach, and his coach just basically told us like, yeah, whenever you guys want, let me know. I mean, I never use it. It's just sitting there. So I got the opportunity to go last year in November, and it was like, wow, a whole dream come true, honestly, for me. So that's how I got to, end up going.
Yeah. I searched Tinder. Just kidding. No, I mean, yes, Fernando and I did meet on Tinder, but I was really lucky that his cousin got another invite, and they basically, like, the original people that went when they went in November, they doubled the reservation, so everyone got to bring a +1.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, it was.
And so now that you've already gone to Club 33, you can just move on now. Is that what you're saying? Yeah,
pretty much. I can die now. I've been like inches away from Bob Iger. I've met Josh D'Amaro. Been to Club 33. I'm good now.
She's gonna leave me, guys.
Served his purpose. Just kidding.
So take us for those who are interested. Take us through the beginning. Like, walk us through. So just tell us, you get into New Orleans Square, and then what happens? Walk us through.
Was I guess the sad part about when we both went together this time is that they were renovating the staircase,
City of Angels.
It's called the Court of Angels, I believe.
Something.
So they're renovating. But when I went, basically the first thing, you don't even use the original 33 door anymore. You use one more to the right side of it. But basically, you walk in and you are there's just like this little tiny room with a couple of the Club 33 staff that's just basically checking you in. You do have to press the button. I'm so sad we didn't get to press the button, but you do have to press the button by the door, and they basically will say hi, whatever the case is, and then you tell them, oh, I have a reservation for so and so of this many people, and they let you in. They open the door, and you're just in this little room. They're kind of just checking to see if you are who you are. And then you are escorted to the Court of Angels, where you just sit there for a little bit. You can take pictures. It's beautiful staircase, just beautiful little environment. Just nothing like it. Just feels even though you're like right next to New Orleans, and it's like there's people walking by. You just hear like almost a silence. Just like a nice environment to be in. And then after that, you do go up the staircase. They're kind of just giving you the history throughout that long path before you get to the dinner room or lunchroom. Which really sucks that you didn't get to get it. But we kind of gave her like a quick rundown of all the artwork, the piano that's there. They
were good tour guides.
Yeah, the elevator that Walt pretty much stole from, at least the design stole from a hotel in Paris. And then, so I don't know how to explain this stuff. This is hard for me.
That's pretty good. I mean, like when I went, we didn't get to do all that stuff. So we didn't get to do a little history tour or anything. But, they took us up a different staircase, and it was really nice. Like the host was very kind. She sat us all down, laid our napkins across our laps, handed us all our menus, things like that. We were also lucky to be there on the day one of the Emerald anniversary.
I didn't know that was day one.
Yeah.
Oh wow. That's cool.
Yeah, so we got to do that. So we did. I mean, I missed a little bit of the history. I'm not too broken up about it because, I still had an amazing experience. So, like his cousin and him did a really good job with the tour. It was very enlightening, probably a lot funnier than your typical history tour. But so that was kind of, the beginning of getting up there.
Well, and the menu that you showed a picture of, and we'll show a picture of as well, is beautiful. Was that menu designed by Kim Irvine? Is that what it was? Or the staircase was designed by Kim Irvine? One of them I read in the...
I don't think it was maybe I would think it's the menu, at least the artwork on the front cover of the menu.
That was
designed
by
Kim Irvine. Designed by
That's what I'm thinking.
So Kim Irvine wasn't cooking in the
Yeah, she actually was.
She's a curator of the menu.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. So what did you guys have to eat?
So there's a 4-course meal. So like we were saying, it's kind of different now. So I guess in the past, Club 33, when you went, I mean, I've heard many different stories, but it used to include park admission. So you could go. And I don't know if this is true when you went. I was talking to a couple other friends who went before, but it was you had to basically pay for enough food to meet what the park admission price was that day. So I don't know if that was true when you guys went.
It was. I don't know if it was officially true, but there was no way to get. There was nothing on the menu that was going to be less.
Right.
Like if you went in and ordered a salad, it was still going to be enough to cover.
Right.
It was not a cheap meal.
But right now it's a set price of $130, which I mean is not too bad considering drink prices are around that $18 mark, which is only a couple dollars more than maybe what you would find in the parks. It's a 4-course meal, so $130 divided by 4, it's not too far off.
It's not expensive for Disney.
Yeah.
Well, and it's a fairly fancy meal. So if I mean, it might be because I live in the Bay Area, but if I went into the city for like a fancy meal, I'd be paying $200 easy.
Yeah.
Like that's just, that's the way it is.
Fine dining. So it's not expensive for fine dining. It's not expensive for Disney. Don't get me wrong. It's expensive, especially when you're poor, but it was worth it. So the menu, I mean, there are a lot of things because they change the menu pretty frequently. to just keep variety for members and things like that. But the first course was choices between a scallop, tempura, zucchini blossom, and house-made tagliatelle pasta.
Ooh.
So I had the pasta, which was really good. And I'm sure, we have pictures of all of the food we ate, so I'm sure we'll be posting that.
Please do. Because I haven't eaten breakfast yet. And so this is, I may have poorly thought the topic today.
I had the driver scallop, which was, I loved it. It was a sauteed driver scallop, even though Emma looked at me like, you're really going to choose a scallop over me? Because you'll know, Emma's allergic to shellfish.
Emma's allergic to shellfish.
Like, absolutely. That was the first time I had a scallop too. So it was like,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So he can never have a scallop again because he's already had it.
I've already experienced it. That's why I don't have shrimp or crab anymore, because I've already experienced it.
But then the second course was a salad or soup. So they had just a traditional salad, a garden salad, and then they had potato leek soup. All of us at the table got the potato leek soup,
which was really good. It was actually really tasty. I actually enjoyed it. I've never had leek soup. I don't even know what a leek is. Besides
it's like a big onion. It looks.
Oh, that's right. I have
right.
seen that. Okay. Well, I had that for the first time. Just to say it too, is that it was all the food was green. Like it all focused on green. So it was the Emerald anniversary that they were doing. So everything was green.
But it's not that unappetizing green like that corn dog that came out for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh God, that looked disgusting.
But that was very scary.
It looked cool. I wanted one. I wish I would have gotten it.
Terrible. But anyways, so everything was green. Then the entree, they had, a salmon with a gnocchi, a lamb, filet mignon with a crab fritter. And then, if you know, they always have vegetarian options. So they had a vegetable carrot curry. We both got the filet.
Yeah.
I had to omit the crab fritter. So I'm not sure what tasted like.
It tasted amazing. I did not have to admit it. It was so perfect. Lovely. I've never had crab fritter. I don't know what fritter means. I just had it. It was fabulous.
It's really fun to go to fine dining.
Not be able to eat.
No, it was a really good cut of meat though. A couple of us, one girl got the salmon with the gnocchi. It looks very good. I'm always wary of getting fish that's not in Oregon. Just I'm raised a certain way with my salmon, so
Well, sure, yeah.
It sounds like
our wild.
I remember you guys took me as a family once to go get fish with our hands right out of the river. I thought that's one of my.
That's exactly
that's
what
how
we
catch
did.
our fish. We're like bears. We're actually raised by bears. If you didn't know.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if you know this. California also has a coastlane where there are fish. I don't.
Yeah. But I don't even want to get into it right now. But
I mean, do the fish taste like mobile gasoline? Sure.
Yeah.
No question.
Are we dead? No.
Exactly. So that looked like a really good piece of salmon. The lamb looked really well done as well. All of us, I think, were really happy.
Yeah, that was great. I love the filet mignon. That's what I got last time too, and it was just, I don't know, I loved it. And but yeah, I don't know. It was probably one of the better cuts of meat that I've had, and I've been to some pretty good steakhouses before, and it was just juicy, tender. Couldn't complain.
Yeah.
That sounds so good.
The desserts looked really good too. The pictures of the desserts.
So the desserts, they had a key lime pie,
which I've never had either. It was amazing.
Wow.
Lovely.
Fernando,
I don't get out a lot. My mom would give me beans, rice, and meat. All right.
So yeah, he had the key lime pie with strawberry rhubarb relish. And then I had the chocolate pistachio cake, which was really good, but extremely rich. So Fernando had to finish it for me. Like,
I got the second half.
Keep in mind, these are pretty small things. So for me to have to give up like half of it is the point to how rich it was. There's a vegan coconut coffee cheesecake, which one of us got. That looked really good.
Vegan cheesecake. So what did they make it with? Like tofu?
Maybe. I don't know. I believe there was probably coconut milk is what they used, since it said vegan coconut coffee cheesecake, but
Got it.
Disney knows what to do when it comes to dietary restrictions and everything. So we just trust them. And then there was, for people who maybe weren't on the super sweet side and wanted to do the wine pairing, which they have with every meal, you can do a wine pairing
For an additional
$1 million.
$75.
Right.
It's actually $250.
$205.
Or $205. Sorry.
Do you need glasses?
I do need glasses.
I'll be honest. I mean, I'm not really a whiny, but that actually sounds like reasonable.
Yeah. I mean, it's for 4 different wines.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad. And then but the last dessert was like cheese with honeycomb and sourdough. So kind of a sweeter charcuterie type.
Wait a minute. You're telling me they serve you honeycomb cereal?
Yeah.
At Club 33?
Which I was stoked about because that's my favorite cereal.
Even if they did, I wouldn't be mad about it. I've been like, cereal in the middle of the day? Please.
Well, it sounds delicious. And you guys, of course, there's exclusive merchandise when you go to Club 33 because, they can't just get your money for the food. They want you to buy the exclusive merchandise as well. Correct.
Yeah, that's the reason to go to Club 33.
I know. It is totally
collectibles. Who cares about the food?
I need people to know that I have been there.
Yeah. It's really about the bragging rights of walking around the park later with the Club 33 pin going, oh, this? Oh, yeah. No, we just ate at Club 33.
We were just there.
Well, that's like the first time.
Have you not eaten at Club 33? Is that not a thing that you...
When Emma started dating Fernando and we hadn't met Fernando yet or anything, one of the pictures she showed us was right after Fernando went to Club 33 and it was him in front of the castle and he had his Club 33 ears on and he had like bags, just shopping bags from Club 33 in front of the castle. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess. Yeah, go for it, Emma.
Not very tasteful, but I don't know.
Well, go ahead.
I was just going to say, before we move on from food, they have a really great cocktail menu as well. So we were lucky because it's the Emerald anniversary. They came out with 5 different drinks. And I believe most of us got something from that. So
yeah, we all did.
Yeah, he had the tequila drink. I had the rum drink. When I tell you these drinks were strong, I feel like I'm a proud, I don't know. That's weird. I would say I'm a proud alcoholic, but I'm not. But I have a pretty high tolerance, and the person that poured us those drink had a very heavy pour. It was pretty strong. It definitely lasted us the 3 hours. All of us, we were
all sipping just a little tiny bit at a time.
So here's the thing. Emma and Fernando took a lot of amazing, beautiful pictures, and we will put these pictures up on our duelingdisney.com website so that everybody can see. But also, Emma, I'm wondering if I convince you to put them up on the stories as well for Dueling Disney Instagram.
I would do it, but I have no idea how to do that.
I know, that's why Emma's really good at it. I could put the pictures up, but Emma's the Insta queen. The Insta queen, I'm calling her. So fantastic. All right, well, we have some questions, like I said, from our duelists. I do love Brian's question best because this is how he listed it. Here's his questions for you. Number 1, how? Number 2, who? Number 3, when am I invited? So I think
that how dare you
already answered 1 and 2.
Brian tried Tinder. Worked out really well for me.
Brian's married with 3 kids, so I think
your partner will understand.
What's the commitment to going to Club 33, right? I mean, come on, Tinder, maybe Grindr. We don't know.
Oh,
we don't know his life.
So not Brian. All right. What was your favorite part, both of you? What was your favorite part of going to Club 33?
Well, for me, the first time it was just the being able to be there. The first time around when I went, it was just an almost like I said, an unattainable thing, and being able to finally be there, having that dream over and over and over, and then just finally getting to live it. I think that was my favorite part. But this time, me being there, have already gone once, to me was just seeing her get to experience it. And honestly, just I feel like both times that we've been there, it's just always been great people that we've gone with, and it's just, great conversation. And I think that just always elevated the experience for me. But yeah, this time for me was just getting her to see it, having her experience it, and just smiling and just kind of looking in awe. So that to me was the best part the second time around.
Yeah,
I
I have
love
a
that.
very awesome boyfriend, if you all couldn't tell. But I think my favorite part was just like, well, of course, all of it, just the experience, same kind of thing as Fernando. The first time he went, like, I never thought this would be something I did. It was always, like, oh, yeah, one day, But I think like one of the best parts is not only is it kind of like the thing that's been untouched in Walt's vision, but also like you're right above this really crowded park. And when we went, it was, I mean, it's crowded right now, but you can't hear anything outside. You completely forget that you are in Disney. Like you don't forget you're in Disney, but you forget you're in like
A crowded park.
Yeah, this amusement park. And it's just like, even though you can see all the people, like you can walk out on the porch and see all the people down walking around. It's just like you're in a whole other world, and time just passes by like nothing. It was just, yeah, I mean, the decor, the bathrooms were really cool. Like all the staff was, all the cast was, amazing, very helpful.
There is a question actually about the bathrooms. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Do they still have the mini mouthwash bottles in the restroom?
And not in the women's. I think that might have been a pandemic thing, though.
Yeah,
if
it
I'm
sounds
being
like it might be.
Right now, things at Disney are very limited just across the whole park.
I think they had it last time I was there. I know they had like little bottles. I can't remember if they were hand sanitizer bottles or they were.
That would have been probably a better trade.
But they didn't this time. But it was truly like, an old style bathroom, lounge chair when you walk in, these beautiful swan sinks, at least in the women's restroom, they're swans, beautiful, just Club 33 hand towels, like even that's when Disney pays attention to detail, when even like your bathrooms are a highlight of your trip.
Welcome to our podcast bathroom review.
That is not a bad idea. Oh my gosh.
A bathroom review.
I think that's our next.
Let me tell you, finding a bathroom in San Francisco. I would do that. I would listen to that podcast.
That would be like a TikTok like idea just to have, like, because you just need 3 minutes to explain a restroom all around the world.
I love it. I love it. That sounds amazing. That's our next. That's our next project for sure. For sure. Well, I am so glad that you guys got to go, both of you. It's awesome. I wish this for every Disney fan. Right? I don't know.
Look, if you've got $35,000,
no biggie.
No problem.
We did, and we bought a Disney Vacation Club. So I guess it's not just the 35,000 or the 20,000. That's your initial upfront cost, and then you have 10 to 15,000 every year after.
Yeah, I had that money. I spent it on a bachelor's degree and a master's degree.
Yeah, you do. And I saw a storage unit full of comics that might get you admission into.
Yeah, no, I can make the money on the comics.
There you go.
I was going to say, if you work for Disney, they have the Disney Aspire program, so you can get your master's and bachelor's for free, and then you can spend the money on.
There you go.
Will they do that retroactively? Because I could sell churros.
Right.
Well, it's awesome. I'm so glad you guys were here to share your fun experience with us. All right. So you may not be able to get into Club 33, our duelists, unless you have that connection. But I am happy to tell you that Dueling Disney is now affiliated with Undercover Tourists, which is the #1 site for discounted theme park tickets and packages. And this makes me really happy. Do you know, Emma and Fernando, do you know Undercover Tourists? Have you heard of them before?
I have. A frog.
Oh, I have heard of it.
That's right.
I've heard of it because when the pandemic started, I was trying to look at stuff, for tickets, but I have heard of it.
You guys don't need the discounted tickets, but Undercover Tourist is really the number one site for discounted tickets. They do an amazing job. They serve so many people all over the country, and they do the theme park tickets and the packages. And so we have that link. We'll share it right here in our show notes, but we also have the links all live on our webpage. So definitely head on over there if you're looking for discounted tickets, not just to Orlando or Disneyland, but all theme parks all over. They're really good about that. Now, when we have our Disney Vacation Club, it's great and it's awesome. So we've got our housing paid for, but we always have to buy tickets when we go. And so we have to get our tickets, and Undercover Tourist is really good at that. I've even compared them with some of the discounts our union gets us through the teachers union, and Undercover Tourist comes up better. So highly recommend them. They are on our website too. So go to duelingdisney.com. You will find links to Undercover Tourist, and you can get some discounted tickets yourself. So other than that, we duelists just want to hear from you. Oh my gosh, we just dumped a whole lot of fun information to you. So Club 33, who's been, who hasn't? Who wants to go? Who never wants to go? Tell us all about Club 33, what you know about it, your stories and things like that. So we are now also on YouTube. So if you are someone who goes to YouTube often, listen to Dueling Disney there while you're doing your dishes or making dinner or whatever it is you do. Driving around. Well, don't drive around listening to YouTube, although some people do. So I don't know. I don't judge, I guess.
I mean, I judge a little bit. I don't think people should drive around and watch YouTube.
But in addition to the popular podcast stations, we are on YouTube as well. So you can always listen and comment there. Definitely find us at duelingdisney.com, Facebook, Insta, and Twitter at Dueling Disney. But if you hashtag everything Dueling Disney, we will be sure to find you.
Please remain seated until the monorail comes to a complete stop. Then collect your belongings, watch your head, and step carefully from the train. On behalf of all of our crew, thanks for traveling with us, and we hope you have a happy and memorable visit here at Dueling Disney. This is the Tomorrowland Podcast Station.